afternoon to all channel subscribers and hopefully future subscribers. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that button down below the video. We are starting on an Arizona adventure right now. I've just gotten into the Mogollon Rim region, and we are finding out whether or not I can take my car down this dirt road right after a big rainstorm. Conditions aren't the greatest right now for finding the snakes that I'm hoping are over here, because it's only like 62 degrees, although mountain kings might show up. But this is an area where potentially we might see Arizona tree frogs. And if this little drive doesn't turn out, then as we head down the mountain towards the town I'm staying in, it should warm up, and hopefully we'll get some snakes crossing after this moisture passes through. Fingers crossed. Unfortunately, while there were some beautiful penstemon that were blooming in the fields nearby, nothing else really materialized on the roads. So headed downhill and stopped off on a road that I would visit again the next day to see if I could find anything. Took one pass up, didn't see anything. As I was coming back down the road though, something special crossed. Where was he? There he is. Oh my God, it is. It is. It's a black. It's an Arizona black. Oh my God. Oh my God, there it is. He's out here looking for a drink, and he's in his pale phase. That's Crotalus cerberus, my life for Arizona black rattlesnake. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful animal. So these guys actually change color amazingly. This guy, give him a half hour in much cooler conditions, or perhaps maybe it's more light trigger. It might vary. I'm not sure anybody really knows, but he can turn almost solid black, and then those light spots in between his blotches will be the only light part on him. He's heading towards my car a little bit, so I got to keep an eye on him here. What a gorgeous snake. These are one of the highest elevation snakes around here. They can get up to 10,000 plus feet. What a beautiful snake. I'm trying to get some photos with my phone camera before he disappears. I still have yet to see one in the dark phase, but on the other hand, not a lot of people get to see a big snake when they're in this really light phase either, with extremely high contrast colors. Absolutely gorgeous animals, quite widespread throughout Arizona and a small part of New Mexico, but that's the only place that they're found. Beautiful thing to find late at night though, right before I was going to turn it in. Just cruising along. He's found a little ledge to go hide under. I don't know if the ledge actually goes anywhere under there, but he might use that for refuge. And we won't bother him too much longer. It's cool. These guys were once considered kind of subspecies of Crotalus oreganus at the same time that the prairie rattlesnake was. But then a lot of them were upgraded to species level, including Viridis, these guys. And depending on who you talk to, some of the other subspecies are also species worthy. What a gorgeous snake though. Hopefully tomorrow on the hike we will find one that's in the dark mode. Cool to see one this light colored too. How beautiful. Alright, so it was only the one snake this night, but I gotta say, if we're gonna only do one snake today, it's great to have a new lifer. Did also see a huge meteor go streaking across the sky. We do have, I think it's the Perseid meteor shower going on right now. Didn't have really time to stop and sit somewhere to watch it, but well, it made itself known anyway. So With only one snake, not quite enough for a full vid, so we're gonna pick it up in the morning, back up in the canyon. Good morning, everyone. We're back in the area where we saw the rattler last night, doing our day hike for today. Gonna be doing some birding probably along the way as well. Gonna walk along a little short trip over here before I'm going up the main hike, because this is the hillside where the rattlesnake was earlier. I doubt we'll see that specific animal, but might see something else of interest along here. It's a nice, about 79, 80 degrees right here right now, and it's not supposed to get very hot all day because we've got cloud cover that's supposed to be moving through pretty much all afternoon. So I'm thinking it should be a good day to find stuff. No rattlesnakes there, but as I started up the main trail I was intending to hike, there were certainly plenty of wildflowers. Big evening primroses, wild sweet peas of some kind, penstemons, and so many other blooms. It actually didn't take very long though before I did find the first reptiles up there. Alright, well, we got our next snake. Look at that. It's a blackneck. Hello, sir. How cute. Thamnophis surtopsis, western blackneck garter snake. Only the second live one that I've ever seen. Probably hunting tadpoles or whatever else might be in these little monsoon-filled pools here. Beautiful snakes. The other one that I've seen, he was a little larger. This one is last year's baby. But just starting to show off beautiful colors. You can see why they're called blacknecks, of course. Those dark marks right behind the head. Kind of grayish head, black spots. And then a very orangey yellow stripe that runs down all the way down the body. Oftentimes they have some checkers up front that start to fade as you go towards the back as well. Helps distinguish them from in places where they overlap things like plains garter snakes or the checkered garters. All these different traits together. What a cute, beautiful little guy, and second snake in Arizona on this trip. Wonderful. And since I've already got photos, we can just kind of let him go where he wants to go. He was hanging out in this pool here. He's gonna climb up the vegetation there, I guess. Alright, see you, little guy. And there's a second one. I don't think I'll be able to catch this guy because he already knows I'm here. This is a completely different pool. A much larger, more permanent pool. He's hanging out on the vegetation. Right there. Watching me, wondering what I'm going to do. And he'll bolt down and disappear into that as soon as I get closer. That's cool. Tripled the number of blacknecks I've seen in a single day. Wonder if there's any frogs to be found in this pool though, because I've seen a few of these guys now. I've only seen one canyon tree frog before. Would like to up those numbers too. Found the tadpoles. And Mr. Garter Snake has not moved yet, which is cool. He's still just kind of hanging. Oh, come on, camera. What a beautiful snake, though. And Mr. Tadpole. So the canyon tree frogs are here. Just gotta find out where the adults are hiding. First lizard of the trip. Ornate tree lizard. Sitting on the rock over here. He was just doing push-ups, but he seems to have stopped now that I'm filming him, of course. Awesome. Oh, there we go. My second canyon tree frog. And I think it's kind of hard to see on this screen here, but he's got this kind of green-blue tint to his blotches there. These guys are actually fairly common up here, but most of them hide away in cracks and crevices during the day, so you don't see them often. That's only my second one, and he's very interestingly colored. Why won't you focus, camera? Problem is, to get up close, to get a good macro, he'll probably jump away. Try that after I get a couple more photos, though. Otherwise, cool to see him out in situ here. Alright, managed to get him briefly in hand. You can see the green now here, up close. That wasn't visible from a distance. We're just going to let him go now. Back on his rock. There you go, sir. Or not. There you go, sir. Nice. Well, looks like we reached the point of flowing water. I'm kind of hoping, a little more variety. Yep, I see. What is that? There's fish up here. There are fish in the pool. I don't know what kind of fish. Little native suckers, hopefully. Or minnows. How interesting. That's cool, whatever that is. Going up the river there. Not sure what that red is, but I kind of want to check it out if it's possible. Some kind of plant. No idea what kind though. It's just pretty out here though. Today's already been productive, but even on days that aren't, sometimes it's nice to just come up, sit next to a pool of crystal clear flowing water and relax. Watch the dragonflies fly by and have literally nobody else within view. Recent rains brought out some incredibly huge mushrooms on the forest floor, along with a handful of things that I didn't expect in a stream that turned dry just a few hundred yards further down. It's a brown trout, I think. Rather disappointing this high up in a creek. I would much rather see native species. And we got the obligatory whiptail. Don't remember which species is up here. I'll put it on the screen though. A lot of them look so very similar. It's such tiny details that tell them apart. And of course they're so fast I can never get them in hand. It's still kind of cool. So came back just because to check on these little pools over here. There's a tiny tadpole right down in here somewhere. Yep, there he is. Right on the end of that. But more interestingly, the guy who's hunting them, Mr. Garter Snake, is still down in here. He switched pools, but he's down in the leaf litter right now. Yep, there he is. And he caught something. Look at that. He had a meal. How wonderful. Means he's going to be doing well out here. Hi, dude. Yeah, you're fine. No need to worry about me. So in a complete reversal of what was happening in the other creek, following up this one, I can hear water falling somewhere, but the rest of this creek looks dry. Whereas the other one, I had to go up a ways to find water. It's a deep pool too. Looks like we might be having to cut this second walk a little short because the afternoon storms have reappeared and they are starting to come in quick. Still a hope that maybe there's something right along the trail here right before I get back to the parking lot, but this might be it. At least it's a nice walk back. Very beautiful. Well, folks, I think that about does it for the Mogollon Rim. Not quite as productive as I had hoped, but mountains always seem to be a little difficult for me, but also more productive than this canyon area was last time. So, fingers crossed that means good things for the rest of the week, too. Oh, good evening, everyone. And fingers crossed that it remains a good evening. We have approximately 2 hours and 45 minutes where we are going to be hiking just after dark in this little mountain park here. The big goal right now, because it is the only time I will be in range on this trip, is the southwestern speckled rattlesnakes that have evaded me for 3 previous trips now. At least 3. So fingers crossed that they'll be out here. It is currently, I think, 98 degrees. It's actually cooler than I think I've ever started before out here, so I think that's a good sign. So when it's cooler, things are a little more apt to move. But we're going to be starting in the wash and hiking upward for a while, and then seeing where things take us. There's a black widow And a rather out in the open web, too. Yikes. Well, we're about 15 minutes in, and there's our ever-familiar western downback. He's padded up in the bottom of the wash, waiting for something to come by so he can nab it, he or she. It's looking pretty skinny, so it might be a female that recently gave birth and is needing to regain those calories. Note the eyes, too. Even with the light that I've got on her, those pupils are really wide right now because, well, it's dark. Get off me, bug. It's the one side effect of stopping anywhere out here while using a light is the bugs all come to you. But classic Atrox. Hopefully we see some of the other species that are out here, because this is basically the only rattlesnake I've found on this mountain so far, and we need to change that. Been walking for another hour, and another couple pieces of what looks like an Atrox shed is about all that I've seen so far, and rodents. It is really dry and quiet out here again. Snake, but it's a something. There's a little banded gecko. He's gonna run if I don't catch him, so. Hi. Oh, little desert banded gecko. Haven't seen these guys in a little while. How adorable. Very pale one. I've seen them with a little bit darker patterns, but I think this is relatively normal for around here. They are found semi-common up on the mountains here, but they really prefer kind of the open desert washes. And they are food for everything else that I'm looking for, of course, out here. There used to be several different subspecies of the desert banded that were recognized. I'm not sure how many of them still are, because this used to be the Tucson banded gecko, and I think it's just been subsumed into the general desert banded now. He's so cute, we'll let him go in just a sec. Alright, sir. You may go. Go. Well, there's a tarantula. But that's been about the sum total of the past 3 hours. The Phoenix area is dead without recent rain, apparently. Well, we've got the bowling balls out here. It's an Northern Desert Toad. Just stopping for one of these guys real quick. Haven't seen a whole lot of anything, but a small one of these guys is out at least. Big eyes. So I'm afraid tonight did not quite go as planned. Coming to the conclusions that unless it has immediately rained in the past like 1 to 2 days, trying to herp in the Phoenix area kind of sucks. But we will be shifting locations tomorrow to areas where even if it's not rained in a little while, things seem to at least somewhat stay moving. And also the storms have been a lot more regular down in the Tucson and Nogales areas. So fingers crossed that the luck starts to pick up after today. Until then though, make sure you subscribe to the videos so you don't miss anything coming up. Make sure to watch the videos all the way through. That really helps. The watch hours really boost the channel. Leave comments below. If you'd like to find more information, you can always visit the website at carltoncarnivores.com, or I'm posting videos and photos and tidbits and stuff on social media all the time under Carlton Carnivores at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you'd like to help support in a more financial manner, you can join as a patron at patreon.com/hcarlton. Or if you don't want to do a monthly subscription like that, although members there do get special benefits back, you can also buy the plants that I have for sale at the website, carltoncarnivores.com, or you can donate at Coffee or find merchandise at the Teespring shop. But until next time, I'm Huck and Carlton. This is Carlton Carnivores.